Good evening, Braves fans.
Whoops, I hope that fixed it. Braves win. I'm going to get a cold one, and I'll meet y'all back here. We'll be back in just a flash. Braves win this one. We'll be back in a flash. I'll turn the camera on, and hopefully everybody's into celebrating a big W. How about it? We'll be back in a flash.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Fridays, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Are you looking for a reliable dental practice that not only cares about your teeth, but is friendly to work with? How about one that offers great deals and new patient promotions? Well, your search is over. Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton, Georgia is committed to giving you the biggest and brightest smile. Right now, get a $99 new patient special, including x-rays and exam. Maybe you're looking for veneers. Most Valuable Smiles veneer special includes one free veneer with every 5 purchased. Or get that bright white smile you've always wanted by taking advantage of an exclusive $100 off Zoom whitening treatment when you book today. And don't forget that 2022 is almost over. That means most insurance policies will reset by the new year, and to avoid losing that extra money, you need to use it or lose it. Book an appointment today with Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton to lock in these exclusive deals. Call 706-623-0318 or visit mostvaluablesmiles.com.
Hey, Braves Country. Braves Country HD is bringing you Braves Country Baseball. Braves Country comes to you every Tuesday night and Friday night, and 2 bonus games every week. Hi, I'm Mac Magee, and we'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch of your Atlanta Braves. It's free to listen. Please like and subscribe. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. Braves Country Baseball, for the fans, by the fans.
Here's good news. There's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Braves Country today. We're talking Southern sports. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE. Braves Country today, Southern sports talk with the voice of Braves Country baseball, Mac Magee. Joined every day from sports analysts from all over Braves Country, talking college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and what's trending in the world of sports. Braves Country today. We go live 3 to 5 weekdays right here on WQEE.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans, and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
Hey, sports fans, it's Rod Peterson here, host of The Rod Peterson Show, inviting you to join us daily for 2 hours of Atlanta's funnest sports talk right here on WQEE. I say fun because it is. You've never heard a show like it because we make the listeners a part of the show every day between noon and 2 p.m. Eastern. You'll hear plenty of the best sports talk, including the latest on the Falcons, the Braves, and more. And who knows, you might even hear you. That's the Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon, right here on WQEE 99.1 FM.
It's the best in sports and entertainment, and get locked in and locked down with Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with your host, me, Ryan O'Neill, each and every morning, right here with the best in sports and entertainment, all the way from professional sports to college sports to River Dragons hockey and everything in between, including some of the very best local and national guests. It's the Rhino Radio Penitentiary, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Fridays, right here on 99.1 FM WQEE.
Are you looking for a reliable dental practice that not only cares about your teeth, but is friendly to work with? How about one that offers great deals and new patient promotions? Well, your search is over. Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton, Georgia is committed to giving you the biggest and brightest smile. Right now, get a $99 new patient special, including x-rays and exam. Maybe you're looking for veneers. Most Valuable Smiles veneer special includes one free veneer with every 5 purchased. Or get that bright white smile you've always wanted by taking advantage of an exclusive $100 off Zoom whitening treatment when you book today. And don't forget that 2022 is almost over. That means most insurance policies will reset by the new year, and to avoid losing that extra money, you need to use it or lose it. Book an appointment today with Most Valuable Smiles in downtown Eatonton to lock in these exclusive deals. Call 706-623-0318 or visit mostvaluablesmiles.com.
Hey, Braves country. All right, Braves country. Just pretty much don't have a game plan for this. Just gonna celebrate with y'all, and we want to anyone that's got wants to comment, we'll read them aloud and everything, and everyone just kind of have fun with this. Turn that off. As Braves, if you're just getting off work or whatever, or couldn't figure out what's going on, the Atlanta Braves have won the division, their 6th division in a row, and really put a, in fact, changing the hat. I haven't worn this hat. I won't wear this hat until we win something. It's the 2021 championship hat. And I just have a rule that I don't wear it till October. And it didn't bring us great luck last year, but I'm hoping it gives us a little better look this year. What an exciting team this has been. You look at some of the things that this Braves team has gone through. The fact that they won this damn division as easily as they've won it, it's a little scary to me, because it's almost come too easy, and you worry. I think the biggest thing I worry about is us peaking at the wrong time. But heck, I'm here for it, man. It took us so long to get through this season, and then on top of that, I really felt like that with all the things that they went through. You look at Kyle Wright being injured, Max Fried being injured. They fought through all of that. I've heard enough. I've heard enough of these Mets fans that complain about their injuries. I'm sorry, but what are you talking about? You had a few injuries. Yeah, the Edwin Diaz thing sucked, but let's be honest. What the Braves have been through, just as decimated, but they found a way to get through it. Let's look at some of the comments. Let me see here. Let me get to the front because I had to run and go get me a cold drink. Yes, sir. And haven't used this one all year. Oops. Might have jostled that around. This is, I don't know if y'all can see that, but this is Braves country koozie. I drink my, I usually have an energy drink during the game, and I drink one every broadcast, and I always have it in this koozie for good luck. I got this koozie, I don't know, a couple of months ago. We're thinking about making our own Braves country koozies and make them look, well, I don't know, a little more Braves country-ish, but this is the one that I found. There was one left on like eBay or something. I was like, what the hell? they're bound to take my money. But let me see. What do we got here? Edward says we are champions. Goat says let's go Braves. The Braves. Let's see. Isaac. I don't drink, but I'm doing a fat celebratory dab. Fair enough, Isaac. And fair enough for anyone who doesn't drink. I'm not trying to get you in some spiral of alcoholism. I'm just enjoying a cold one because last year we celebrated, and honestly, this one feels different. This one feels different because last year, honestly, chasing down the Mets felt like we had really done something. And so not only did the team run out of gas, I feel like the fan base. Let me tell you something. We've been doing this is the third year that we've been doing this Braves Country broadcast. And the first one that we did, the first year, obviously we ran and won the championship, and that was about as easy as they come. And we're like, what in the hell? And for folks who don't know that story, I was asked to do play-by-play. There was an app out there that was trying to get off the ground. And the short of it is this. They were wanting to do some play-by-play, but they were really diving into something that I wasn't really going to be into. And it wasn't like true play-by-play, but they got me to do the games. And I did the games, and we started putting it on YouTube just because I was like, well, I got this YouTube channel now. We'd been doing talk show on a couple of different outlets. We just gone to the what do you call it? The social media outlet. Before it was always on radio. And the short of it is we start winning when I started doing the games. And so it was almost being looked upon as like a, for lack of a better term, it was more of like, it was a good luck charm. So I continued to do the games in October. And at the time I was starting to do them, I did not think I could get through them because I thought I would be cursing. I thought I'd be raising $300 worth of cane. And what I found out was it was actually calming. It was keeping me calm because I was bringing in all the game. I was making sure that I wasn't, cursing at the TV or whatever. And the Braves ended up winning it. So then last year we did about 2 games a week. I know some of y'all are probably really new just by going by the numbers and the subscriptions. They've really gone up this year. And thank you for liking and subscribing. We started doing it this year, and I was doing it my plan was 3 to 4 games a week. And a few months in, me and my wife looked at it and we were like, you know what? This is getting popular. It's something that we think, I could be wrong, but we think that it's something that I do fairly well, and wanted to bring something to Braves fans. And I'm going to be honest, what got me doing this more than just part-time was we had some folks that reached out to us during the off season of this past year, during the off season of the first year, and from time to time during the regular season. And they were in places where they literally could not get Braves baseball. A lot of them were in the military. They were stationed in places. I don't know what the reasoning is, but they couldn't get the Braves, and the only thing they could get was YouTube. And so when I learned that, I was like, well, I mean, come on. How do we not do this for them? Right. And so we continue to do it and enjoy it and love bringing it to y'all. And I love seeing the comments. It really makes the game go by. Sometimes I'm grinding and I'm like, man, am I tired? Because I do more than just these games. I do the talk show. I do a bunch of other stuff. But you start seeing the comments and you see people, and we've become like a family. And that to me is just what this is all about. And I know we're not in that damn Braves locker room. They probably don't know a damn thing about us. But whether they know it or not, we've been there every step of the way. It's been an absolute just fun time. And, we're off tomorrow, which is great because these guys, man, let these guys go out and have a hangover, right? Let these young kids go and make bad decisions. Not too bad decisions. Can someone keep an eye on Marcell Ozuna? Make sure the dude doesn't drive away from the stadium. Can someone be a part of that tonight? Good night, Irene. It was remember we won the damn division and Marcell gets popped. So can someone just be literally in his back pocket? Someone needs to, I don't care who the hell it is, the biggest square in the room in the Braves organization, the biggest square needs to handcuff themselves to Ozuna and go, look here, man, you can get tore up as much as you want, but you ain't getting out of my sight. I don't care who the hell you handcuff him to. But the Braves, man, what a fun. And you know what the best part about this is? Remember last year we won it? And look, we won it. It's kind of ironic that we're heading to Miami again. But we swept the Mets at home. We win all 3 games. We head to Miami. The magic number was 1. We didn't win the first game, remember? We won the second game. And the second game, some guy by the name of Bryce Elder was actually pitching really well. The guy who actually won it, remember the guy who actually won it was the cat that came from, his name's escaping right now, the cat that came from the Houston Astros trade. There was a disaster in the bullpen. But Elder actually pitched a good game in the first game in Miami, but the Braves didn't score any runs that night. But remember, the thing about that was, man, they were exhausted. Now, we get this win on a Wednesday. We're off Thursday. We head Friday. Who knows how they're going to react the first but we've got 2.5 weeks to recharge our batteries. What else do we have here? We have, I'm going to start putting some of these quotes up on the screen as I see them here. Let me see here. It's all down. What is it? It's all downhill for me. Thanks for your stream. I'll be a alcoholic by tomorrow. What do we got here from Lion Man? Got love how the Braves played well. Yeah, they did. Look, that was I'm in shock that we clinched it, winning 3 out of 4 in Philadelphia. I mean, come on. I'm just going to start putting some of these on the screen. We'll read them as we go along. Even if the Braves crashed last year, it was kind of worth it. Yeah, exactly. But I think that's more because I think Underwater is more of a Mets hater than he is a Braves fan. I feel like Underwater wakes up in the morning and goes, how can I screw over the Mets fan base? What else we got here? See here. Ken Ross says, let's go Braves. Isaac says, wish I would have found this sooner. Isaac, I hope you're here for the long haul, man. We bring every game to you, and we're really looking forward to the postseason. Hopefully it's another long run. Man, the night we won the World Series in 2021, I think that video's still up, but I bet I drank several beers and never ever felt it. Like there was like a euphoria that night that I stayed up for the longest time. So not only did I go back and rewatch the World Series championship, like the game 6, I went back and rewatched it after we killed the stream that night. And I was up till 4, 5, 6 in the morning, somewhere in that neighborhood, rewatching everything as a fan, not being on the air. Right. And I remember going to bed and I was still like on cloud 9. Like I probably didn't drink as many beers as I thought I did, but I just remember going, man, I'm walking on a different level of high right now. See, there's old Tim in the chat. We got Robert. Robert, we're going to get the call in set up. There was an issue with it, but I'm going to get it set up for the postseason. We're going to start having these post-game shows, and I am going to get the call in set up. We had an issue with it, and it crashed. I was checking it today, and I'm just going in a different route. So I do apologize. I don't have it today, but going forward, our post-game show, we are going to have a call-in number. So we'll have that up in the chat, and we're going to do post-game shows more often come postseason. A lot of time these games finish so late you can't even do a post-game show if it's the middle of the week. But the postseason is a little different. And if it's popular enough, we're thinking about doing post-game shows next year, but that's down the road. Lit Central says, let's go Braves. And what else have we here? Ron's in the chat. Josh is in the chat. Yeah, exactly. Well, they shouldn't have been driving last year. Or do I have it mixed up in my head? Did Acuna get popped after they swept the Mets and they hadn't quite won the division? Is that what happened? Was it the Sunday night after they beat the Mets? That might have been what it was, because last year when we physically won the division and clinched it, it was in Miami. It was a Tuesday. I still wish that they would fix this, because when you look at the way the postseason is set up, baseball is an everyday sport. Everybody knows that. And somehow we're going to play our final game on Sunday, and then the next game that the Braves will play is not going to be till Saturday. That's a week off. That is hard to maneuver. They've got to fix that, where the teams that get the bye get an advantage. They should at least be playing by Friday, but honestly, I think that the postseason, you're going to have that 3-game series. They got to get that thing going Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and get the next one going by Friday. And I get the travel arrangements, but I've said all along that I thought that it would be a good idea for them to force a doubleheader in that first round, because that would give the team waiting in the next round, the team that's supposed to be getting some kind of an advantage, it would give them an actual advantage. I feel like we don't really have an advantage as much as we should, because they get the extra day off. They end up they keep their guys fresh, and that's what happened in the Philadelphia series last year. Felt like that we ran out of gas. We were kind of, blah. So hopefully they've learned how to. That's my biggest concern. It's not whether or not the Braves are any good. Not whether or not the Braves may or may not be the best. This is the best team in baseball. But how do you keep them sharp? Yeah, I'm planning on getting that going. Like I said, Harry, it'll be up for next time. We found out about it that it was just crashing on us through this. So this platform is better than other platforms, but the way we were going to bring the call-ins, it kept crashing. So I figured it out, but I figured it out just before showtime. So anyways, next time we will definitely have a call-in show, and it'll be you won't have to watch what you're saying, although we do try to keep it family friendly, but you won't have to watch what you're saying, because that will not be on radio, because it's not a good idea. It'll be strictly for the fans. Yeah, man, it's 2 years ago. In some ways it feels like it's been eons. In other ways it feels like it was just yesterday. The Braves, man, oh man alive. They, I don't know if there's, let's see if I can possibly, I'm going to try something. I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try something on this call-in show. Let me see here. It's funny. They had a call-in show. I'll never forget this. They had a call-in show after the Braves won the East last year. And this was on the big Atlanta Braves network, and you can never get through all that kind of stuff. But anyways, a guy got through, and I was listening to it post-game. It's pretty late at night. And I'll never forget, and I don't know if the guy's in the chat today, because I don't know who he was, because he didn't give his name, but he said that he was over in Turkey, and he was, I believe he was in the military in Turkey serving our country. And he said that he had listened to the game and was excited, blah, blah, blah. And they asked him, I'll never forget this, said, well, how did you get us over in Turkey? He said, well, I didn't get you. I got some kind of Braves country thing on radio. I mean, on YouTube. And that's how I heard the game. And I can remember the guy in the chat going, "What the hell is that?" On the radio station, he's like, "What in the hell is that?" He was confused. And I was like, "Wait, what? This is awesome. We're being heard in Turkey. That's awesome." And so anyways, it was a really cool thing, but I don't remember the guy's name, but I remember it being really cool just knowing that you were bringing that to folks. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we know that Acuna is going to win the MVP most likely. I'd be shocked if he didn't. We know that Matt Olson will finish either second or third. But the team MVP, you could make an argument that the team MVP is not Olson, is not Acuna. It's Marcell Ozuna, because when he turned it around, he made that lineup so much deeper. And I'm not saying that his numbers are as good as the other two. No, they're not. Of course not. But him making that lineup so much longer, it changed everything. It absolutely changed everything. And I don't want to, skip past the fact that all these other guys had great seasons as well. This is an unreal season. This is what my grandfather would talk about, how he heard about. He heard about the 27 Yankees. This is what people are going to be talking about, the 23 Braves, and that's why it's going to be so important for them to at least win the NL pennant, but hopefully the World Series, because you'd hate for them to be this good and then fall flat. And, I appreciate the kind words there, Underwater. But it's hard to believe that this team could be this good and not go deep into the postseason. But I'll tell you what, every one of those Philadelphia games, none of them were easy. And one thing goes wrong, back and forth. The more and more you play a good team, anything, and obviously the Braves will get an advantage because they'll see their pitchers again. But the more and more you play these teams, anything could go wrong. So I'm hoping like hell the Cubs get hot. I mean, just get scalding hot and end up shocking the hell out of the Phillies in the first round, because it looks like that's who's going to end up. There's still a long way to go there, but I think there's a very good possibility that we're going to end up with the winner of Phillies versus Cubs. And honestly, that's going to be one of those things that, I don't know, and there's a part of me that really wants to beat the Phillies, and I get that. And I know a lot of fans feel that way. Man, there's another part of me that says I don't want anything to do with the Phillies. Well, let's play the Cubs, let's play the Brewers, let's play anybody but those SOBs, because they got hot last year. There's no way they were the better team than us. There's no way. I get, the Dodgers, I don't know if y'all saw this one. I can't remember if I mentioned it. So much stuff happens every day that I see all this news. The Dodgers announced that Walker Buehler shut down. He's done. So Walker Buehler won't be in the playoffs. Max Scherzer doesn't look like he's going to be in the playoffs. He's definitely out for the year. That's going to be a problem for both of those teams. And Verlander, man, he got smacked around by the Oakland A's last night, and I was watching a bit of that after our game. I went back and watched. I was like, what? I mean, he just looked very hittable. So, with all that being said, there's a very good chance that we're going to end up with a team that. Yeah, Julio Urias. I kind of forgot about that, but Julio Urias will not be in the playoffs. Julio Urias is done, I would think. I haven't heard one peep about him, and I can't imagine that it's good. Yeah. Underwater says, who else won't be in the playoffs? The Mets. Hi-oh! God bless. I'd love to go back to the beginning of the season. I will never forget the beginning of the season watching all these prognostications, and one of them, it was a show coming out of New York, and when they brought up the NL East, they scoffed at the idea that we could even possibly win the division, that it was really between the Mets and the Phillies. I'm like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? The Mets and the Phillies, like we have no, we at that point we'd won 5 in a row. We're World Series champs in 21. I think we had I don't know about y'all, but I think we had the best team last year. I just feel like we ran out of gas. And, you know, we appreciate that, Jose. But I could not believe, but that's the arrogance of the New York media. I didn't hear that coming out of Philadelphia. I heard it coming out of New York, that they thought it was between the Mets and the Phillies, and that the Braves were just, I remember the exact quote. It was that Geo from Boomer. He goes, the Braves, we're the Braves. We're not worried about the Braves. And I remember I was getting ready for work that morning. I was like, what the hell did he just say? You're not worried about the Braves. You don't have to be worried. You just got to be aware, because we're coming, baby. I'll tell you a cool thing, too, is seeing Acuna able to be involved in this celebration. But how cool will it be if Acuna can win a World Series? Because, yeah, technically he got a ring. But he talks about how it bothers him that he wasn't a part of that 2021 championship. And I do believe that is from time to time. That's one of the reasons I try to hold my tongue when I see it. From time to time, I will see Acuna kind of jog down first and not bust his hump to get a play that, you know, he's most likely going to be out regardless, because I think he's very aware of the fact that the last thing he wants to do is have an injury going into the postseason. That would be one of the coolest parts of this entire thing, if we can do it all, is to see Acuna in that dog pile in October. See, Juan says, I hate how the Phillies NBC announcers are such as. Haven't heard them a bunch. We do have that one clip that we play. I don't know where it is, but where they're raising $300 worth of cane because because Ozuna and Wash are doing some kind of a handshake at the third base side after a big home run in extra innings, and they got all kinds of bent out of shape on that. But I'm not really impressed with it from just a fan seeing it from the side. I've not been impressed with their coverage, mainly because, and I don't remember disliking him when he was on ESPN. I thought I was a fan of his, but John Kruk is just brutal. And maybe it's because I'm thinking they never had him in the booth. He was just, in studio, and I always enjoyed him. He was pretty funny. But, man, if you listen to a Philadelphia Phillies game, and Kruk is in the booth, it's a tough listen. I don't want to just bash the hell out of him. What is this question? I think Acuna is going to be a monster. I hope he is, D. I really do. You never know, but his talent is, and he's having one of those special years. Now, the one thing we do know when we hit October, it's much harder to hit the baseball for a number of reasons. Number one, you're normally dealing with much better pitching. But also, depending on where we're playing at, you could have cold weather, and that always affects hitting the baseball. That's the number one reason why I want us to have home field advantage, because A, the friendly confines, but B, and if you've got to play a 5-game series and 3 of them are in Atlanta, that's advantage Braves, especially like, let's say if we're going up against the Phillies and they're getting like a nor'easter blow up through there, it can be hard to hit the ball. And that's, the next thing we're looking at is home field advantage throughout the playoffs, because that in the National League are really close Did not see. I don't know if anyone else saw the final score in the. Let me pull up the scoreboard because how about the Braves getting 96 wins, 50 losses, and we still have 2.5 weeks to go. But looking at the scoreboard for tonight, do want to see if we've got what we got here. Oh, you got to love this on the headline. If you go to MLB.com, breaking news: Juggernaut Braves clinch 6th division Eastern crown. You got to love that. You got to love that because they never give us any love. I'm going to put that up on the chat because you got to love that. Juggernaut. See, scores. What I'm checking is what happened in Baltimore. St. Louis beat them. St. Louis beat the Orioles. They held on 1-0. My God, 1-0. How did St. Louis go out there and shut down that offense with that pitching staff? 1-0. They went in and took 2 or 3 from Atlanta. Now they're slapping around the Orioles. Break up the Cardinals. That kid Drew Rom, that if I don't know if y'all follow this or not, but the kid Drew Rom that came up was getting slammed around several times. He went 5 1/3 scoreless innings, 7 strikeouts against the Orioles. So that, with our win, will drop the magic number for best record in baseball to 12. The Dodgers are playing tonight. That game is not quite started. The Dodgers, that magic number for the National League because of tiebreakers is 10. If the Dodgers were to lose tonight, it'd be 9. And let's see. Going into the weekend, I've been so focused on the Braves Phillies, I haven't really looked at what do we have this weekend as far as, because honestly, the 2 teams that we care about right now that the East has won, is the Dodgers are at Seattle. That's going to be a tough road for the Dodgers. And who else do we have? With Baltimore, they're at home against Tampa Bay. So those are 2 teams that could really get some L's. They could get a couple L's this weekend. We could get much closer, much quicker. See, who are we talking about? Rosario coming in the clutch. Yeah, Rosario does drive you nuts, but it's not changing. It's just we are who we are. Rosario will come up with big hits, and he does have. I know it's overused because Snicker uses this term all the time. Slow heartbeat. In big situations, Eddie Rosario tends to come through. He just does. But I do agree that he gives away at bats. I'm hoping that gets minimized come postseason. Because come postseason, I remember him coming through big in the clutch in 2021. I know he didn't do a whole lot last year. Nope, nobody did anything last year. I still think Major League Baseball has got to change what they have been doing with the postseason. Because the thing that I don't think a lot of people pay attention to, I think we talked about it today in the pregame show. Maybe it was yesterday. I don't remember. But the Braves are going to go in with the best record in baseball. And that doesn't mean that they're going to play the worst team available in the first round because there's no reseeding. So it's like the NCAA college basketball tournament, right? Like they don't they don't have to. They're going to go up against the winner of Philly, Chicago. That's even if the 6th seed beats Milwaukee. The Dodgers get and honestly, I wonder about this behind closed doors. If you were the Dodgers going into that series last week, not that you wouldn't want to have home field, but look, you think about how it plays out, and you're talking about it behind closed doors. Who would you rather play? The winner of Brewers versus Reds or Diamondbacks, or the winner of Phillies versus Cubs? Because I can tell you right now, I would much rather play Brewers or whoever the Brewers play than Phillies Cubs. I feel like that they're so much better. I feel like that it's just, and it's the same thing over in the American League. If Baltimore gets it, they're going to play the winner of Tampa Bay versus one of the top teams in the West, depending on who it is. And the team in the West that wins the West, that'll have probably 10 less wins, they're probably going to play like the Minnesota Twins. And that seems ridiculous. If the NFL can reseed, Major League Baseball can reseed. That's all I'm saying on that. Like, there's no reason why we can't reseed. Probably going to end this pretty quickly, but we've been up here for 45 minutes. I didn't want to take up y'all's entire night, but I just wanted to celebrate with y'all and drink a cold one because number 6 in a row, baby. Remember what did we win? 14 in a row in the Bobby Cox era. We're coming. Now. Hopefully, we get more than that one World Series championship. But this Braves team is going to be phenomenal. The next one of these we do, I'm going to have some version of a call-in line. I think I've figured it out. They just told me that when I went to go set it up that I wouldn't get the number immediately. So it was like, well, what the hell's the point? So we're going to get that put together, and we are going to have a call-in number for the next one. So depending, I'm not sure when we'll do it. We'll kind of have to see how the Braves season is going. But the next post-game show, we are going to have a call-in number. So we do promise you that. And next time, I think we're going to have it set up where you're not going to have to jump out of it really depends on how many radio stations are carrying us and if they're going to. The ones that carry us overnight, the reason why we had to do it tonight this way, there's a couple of radio stations overnight that are going to carry this game on a replay overnight, and I have no way of going, hey, that last 45 minutes, cut it out. So there you have that. Good night to everybody. We're going to get out of your hair, but next time we are going to have a call-in number up because I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'm just going to let y'all yap because y'all hear enough of me. I don't need to sit up here and talk all damn night. Good night to everyone in the chat. We see Nicholas, Ken, Underwater, saw Jaden, D, Goat, Juan, Underwater again, William. Who else did I see in here? D, Fernando, Juan. I might be saying some names redundantly. William, Jose, Isaac, Gary, Nicholas, saw Edward Silverback. Josh was in here. Keith was in here. I think I said Fernando, but if not, Harriet. And I think that's just about everybody. Ron, I saw Ron in here earlier. Appreciate y'all coming in and joining in Braves country and joining in the fun. And hopefully we can continue this fun. And hopefully the fun continues. We continue to win. We'll be back Friday night, 6:40 first pitch. And I'm not going to overreact if we don't play well in Miami, but I don't want to see them go into some kind of skid either, because last thing you want is them playing poorly going into the playoffs. But we will get that that call-in number. We had one. We didn't know that it had crashed until today. So y'all have a great night. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win the East, baby. The Beasts of the East, we're back. We're back. We never went anywhere.